The Redevelopment Agency meeting of September 15, 2010 is called to order. This meeting has been properly noticed and posted in compliance with the open meeting law. These proceedings are being presented live on KCLV Cable Channel 2 and are closed captioned for our hearing impaired viewers. The Redevelopment Agency meeting, as well as all other KCLV programming, can be viewed on the city's website at www.kclv.tv. The proceedings will be rebroadcast on KCLV Channel 2 and the web the Wednesday of the meeting at 8 p.m. and also on Friday at 4 a.m., Saturday at 7 p.m., Sunday at 7 a.m., and the following Monday at 1 p.m. This building is protected by a state-of-the-art fire detection and suppression sprinkler system, so should alarms activate, please leave through the exits, and our marshals will tell you when it's safe to re-enter. There's no reason to believe that that would happen, but we make this announcement at each meeting in an abundance of caution. This time we'll call item number 3, which is approval of the final minutes by reference of the regular Redevelopment Agency meeting of August 18, 2010. Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes, Your Honor. No additions or deletions. I make a motion to approve the minutes, please.
All right. Let's vote on that, please. Post. Motion carries. Thank you. Item number 4 is RA 17-2010, discussion and possible action regarding a resolution finding the project proposed by the Entertainment Visual Improvements Program, EVIP, agreement between the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency, the RDA, and A.W. Ham III, trust owner, and Vanguard Lounge, LLC, the tenant and EVIP participant, located at 516 Fremont Street, to be in compliance with and in furtherance of the goals and objectives of the redevelopment plan, and authorizing the execution of the EVIP agreement by the RDA. This is in Ward 5, and the item is related to Council Item 63, which is R63-2010. Mr. Arndt.
Good morning. For the record, Bill Arndt, Director, Office of Business Development. This item is another great example of our Visual Improvement Program, or VIP, where we give a matching grant to businesses in the redevelopment area to improve their storefronts. As you can see on the overhead, you see the building in the center, 516 Fremont Street, which was certainly in need of improvement. And we have a wonderful business by the name of Vanguard Lounge, which is taken leasehold occupancy of the building and is putting significant money into the building. The business is investing approximately $250,000, a portion of which is going to the exterior. In addition to extensive interior improvements, the business is doing new neon signage, a new glass roll-up door, a new entry door, as well as new stucco and paint. So you can see the significant improvement to the business. It is sandwiched there in the row of buildings on East Fremont Street. And the business is eligible for a matching grant of up to $11,000. Also of note, this business is the first business to take advantage of a temporary waiver of the origination fee for tavern limited licenses within Fremont East. So that waiver of the origination fee, which is $20,000, is meant to stimulate new investment, and it's doing just that. With me this morning is Andrew Wheatley, who is the owner, and I invite him to say a few remarks.
Sure, Mr. Wheatley.
Andrew Wheatley, Vanguard Lounge. I'd like to thank the City of Las Vegas for these incentives that are being brought to us. We've saw this and thought it was a great location. We wanted to be the first tavern on the other side of the road to create this back and forth traffic. And then with the talks of the bollards blocking off the Fremont East District for walking areas only, we thought it'd be a great idea. We took the old Fremont Guitar and put in, there was no plumbing, there was no water to that building, so we added a water utility. We redid the entire interior and the exterior. That's not a finished photo, but it's all painted now and looks good. So we're planning on opening Thursday, and can't wait to see you guys for the triple ribbon cutting on the 29th.
We look forward to that. We look forward to your success down there, too.
Thank you very much.
All right, any comments or questions?
Mayor Goodman?
Yes.
Just quickly, thanks for your investment in this downtown area. One day, hopefully soon, it will be a great area, and we appreciate your investment.
Okay, thank you.
All right. May I have a motion, please, Councilman Barlow?
Yes, move for approval.
Thank you. Let's vote on that, please. Post. Motion carries. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Item number 5 is discussion and possible action regarding an interlocal agreement between the Board of Regents of the Nevada System of Higher Education on behalf of the University of Nevada, Las Vegas School of Architecture, Downtown Design Center of UNLV, and the City of Las Vegas Redevelopment Agency, the RDA, to provide research and design services regarding the downtown core plan and new brand for the Fifth Street School. This is in Wards 3 and 5. Mr. Arndt.
Thank you. This item is a partnership with UNLV and their Downtown Design Center. One of the things that our office is working on is not just a great investment strategy, but also a great urban plan and a great land use plan. The start of that really was our Downtown Centennial Plan, which was done and led by city staff. And an extension of that is we need to continue additional urban planning to make sure we not only have a great investment strategy, but have a great physical plan for downtown. And this contract is for just that. The contract is for design work in the amount of $50,000, which would include a new core area master plan linking all of our strategic investments, as you'll see later this morning in our quarterly PowerPoint update, which include CIM, Forest Cities investment, as well as our own investment in the new City Hall in downtown. The Downtown Design Center is also going to take on branding our Fifth Street School. As you know, we're running that at an operating loss, and we think if we increase and improve the branding of the school, we can start to reverse that loss. And so in a sense, this grant hopefully will pay for itself with both additional development as well as reduced expenses at Fifth Street School. With me today is Robert Dorgan of the university, and I invite him to make a few remarks.
Thank you, Bill.
Mr. Dorgan.
Thank you. My name is Robert Dorgan. I'm the director of the Downtown Design Center in the UNLV School of Architecture. We've been fortunate to be in the Fifth Street School since the day it reopened 2 years ago, and work closely with the Redevelopment Agency and some of your colleagues in the planning department. It's amazing to me how much redevelopment has happened in downtown just in the 2 years that we've been down here. And there's signs of the economy struggling all around us, but when you come downtown, you get a completely different message. And I love the idea of working to weave these iconic buildings, the Smith Center, the new City Hall, the new Transit Center, the Lou Ruvo Center. What do you do with this facility when you move? What happens if there's a new arena? And how those come together to build the city that we all want to have in the future, like you just mentioned.
Very good. Thank you. We're very happy to have you down with us. No question. Are there any comments or questions? All right, may I have a motion, please? I guess Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes, I move follow staff's recommendation.
Yes. Excuse me?
May I have a question or an explanation?
Certainly.
Juanita, Charleston, Clark, Charleston Neighborhood Preservation. Brand, what does that mean?
Brands really is, a simple explanation would be the identity of the school to both consumers. One of the challenges is we've called the building Fifth Street School.
Right.
It's no longer a school. So while a lot of folks who are long-term residents still remember the school as the Las Vegas Grammar School, which operated up until the 60s, certainly new residents don't really understand what we have there and what a great asset it is. So we're trying to evolve a brand so that patrons of the property can better understand what's there. We have Nevada School of the Arts, UNLV is a tenant. We have our own cultural affairs, and it's just a brief plug. It's a wonderful facility for events. It's one of a kind in the Valley, so I'd encourage anyone who is thinking of an event to check it out.
So it's not it's not, we're not supposed to think antique.
No.
That's in the past. All right.
Okay.
All right, and we appreciate that because to us it kind of meant logo. I wasn't sure what it meant. And the second on this item, can the annual renewal also be $50,000, or would cost totals vary?
We're taking each contract back annually. So to the extent that we need planning services, we'll sit down with the university and we'd bring back a new contract. So we might bring a contract back for $50,000. It might be a different scope altogether and a different amount, but we would certainly bring that back to the agency and do it in a public meeting.
Thank you.
All right, there's been a motion. Let's vote on that, please.
Mr. Mayor, just before, could I ask, you haven't decided a brand yet, right?
Well, the current brand really is the Fifth Street School. We have
Yes.
a marketing brochure. We have a logo. But really, this is just taking a fresh set of eyes to look at the existing brand and what would really connect with consumers and users of the school. So, in
And
short,
could
we
I
don't
ask-
have one that
Does it cost money for this first set of eyes?
Well, we've done it internally, but
So it's internal that we've done it?
so that what we've done to date has not costed money. UNLV has really added this as an extra to the design contract. Originally, it was just going to be the land use plan, but we thought, given the resources of the university, it would be a good idea to have them take a look at the school and its brand.
Well, I just think we could lose something, too, if we don't connect with our past. There are many things that people go to in different cities. The West State Penitentiary, I think, in Pennsylvania, for example.
Eastern State Penn.
Eastern State Penn, sorry. But
Willie Sutton.
Willie Sutton.
Willie
right.
Sutton escaped from the Eastern State Penn.
But there
that's
are
a
certain.
factoid.
There are certain things that attract people to go to the history of a city. And I think if culturally we're working on things to build up our city, that this is one of the things we can do. So I would just urge caution. And, I don't think we need a real modern brand name, but keeping our roots, too.
Yeah, I should mention, a new brand does not necessarily mean disassociating ourselves with
I know.
the building's past. In fact, it's more likely to embrace it. And certainly with the School of Architecture, historic preservation is a big part of that. We think we have a great partner to help us navigate that and see what the brand would end up being.
I'm just on the cautious side. Thank you.
Very good. Did we vote on that, Ms. Bridges? All right, let's vote, please. Post? Motion carries. Thank you. Good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
Item number 6 is a report and possible action regarding redevelopment agency projects currently under contract or negotiation, other projects proposed or under construction within or near the redevelopment area, and to provide an overview of programs and initiatives. This is in wards 1, 3, and 5. Mr. Arndt.
Thank you. This is our quarterly PowerPoint update where we update the council as well as the community and our constituents on what's happening in the redevelopment area. If I had to offer a theme for this presentation, it's really continuing the course that we've set out on, and we have some great projects that are continuing and near completion. The Smith Center for the Performing Arts is going extremely well. It was featured in this week's Las Vegas Business Press. The project currently is 6 weeks ahead of schedule. The large hall, as you see there in the photo, is scheduled for construction completion in January 12, not for occupancy, but for completion. The building's actually, a final completion and actually opening for events is March of 2012, and we eagerly await that. We're working actively with our construction team on site, and both the Smith Center for the Performing Arts as well as Whiting Turner have been great partners for building this project, which is really our anchor in Symphony Park. The project is employing nearly 1,000 workers over time, but currently there are as many as 425 workers on site, and if you haven't seen the project, I'd encourage everybody in the listening audience to go out and drive by the site and really see what's physically taking shape in Symphony Park. Cleveland Clinic, we're meeting with Cleveland Clinic and the principals from Cleveland later today. We're in active negotiation for expanding the campus that they've already started through the partnership with Larry Ruvo and the Lou Ruvo Center for Brain Health, which is on parcel A1. You see the parcels shaded there in red, parcels A2, B, J, and K. They are under an exclusivity agreement, and that agreement lasts for another several months. They're undergoing a market study, trying to figure out exactly how to introduce new services into the market. We're really excited about this partnership, and it's a real healthy ongoing dialogue with Cleveland Clinic. City Hall is actually starting to take shape, and actually we're starting to see vertical construction. This is a photo dating back to the middle of August, and it really doesn't do the site justice because there's even more steel coming to the ground than you can see in this photo. But based on where we're at today, we believe that we may have some savings inside the guaranteed maximum price or GMP contract, which will actually revert back to the general fund. So we're doing what we said we were going to do, being fiscally prudent about managing the construction. The structural steel is being fabricated and going on. And again, this is part of the broader project of Forest City, where they're looking to do new office and new retail near the Justice Center complex in downtown. CIM, you voted on a site plan review recently and approved that for new retail projects go around the Mom Museum that we're working on. The site plan was for the Lady Luck Hotel, which they continue to work with Breslin to renovate. We're working with them on developing new retail around the Mom Museum. The CIM, the developer, is working with city planning on a new sign ordinance, which would benefit not only the Lady Luck but also other downtown hospitality properties. And we anticipate that we'll be taking an amended development agreement in the next 30 to 45 days back to council, which will show their second tier of investment, which is developing new retail around the Mom Museum to support a new entertainment and retail district in the area. Cashman Center, 51s still have interest in developing a new facility, and where we have interest is we think the Cashman Center site as a whole is a great asset. It's a 50-acre site, and we continue to work with both the ownership of the 51s as well as the Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority on different ideas of how to reuse the site. We really have a classic chicken and egg here where we need to figure out a new home for the 51s before we can embark on a development plan for the property. The Convention Authority, in the meantime, still is actively working to use the space for conventions, and the Bowling Congress is coming down for 2013 and 2014 to the property. Urban Chamber of Commerce Business Development Center. This is our new brand, if you will, for the building, which formerly was the Las Vegas Business Center. We're finalizing the application as we speak, and I'd encourage any interested business tenants who are looking to grow their business to contact Darren Harris in our office or contact the Urban Chamber to express their interest in leasing the facility. Again, the idea of an incubator is to grow businesses within our community, offer them low-cost office space for a limited amount of time so that they can grow their plan, and rather investing in physical capital, they can invest in human capital and grow their business and provide jobs, much-needed jobs for the community. Fremont East District, we saw this morning that there's continuing investment. Another example of that is the Emergency Arts Center, which has really two functions. In the morning, it's a coffee house, and then in the evening, they're working on a tavern license to offer a different set of amenities in the evening to patrons. There's art galleries, there's a coffee house, and there's even a burlesque hall of fame in the property. That is down at 6 in Fremont, and again, it represents the eclectic nature of some of the businesses that we're drawing to Fremont East. Maharaja Hookah Cafe, 506 Fremont Street. This owner, near the corner of Fremont and Las Vegas Boulevard, has put an incredible amount of money into its property, and again represents the diversity of businesses operating in Fremont East. Vanguard Lounge, you heard about this morning, so I won't touch on that again, but we think it's going to be a great addition to the district. Azul Tequila, this is a building that you can see the wonderful addition physically to the area. It's on 7th Street, which is near the eastern boundary of Fremont East. And again, another tavern, different theme, as you can see, where we really have a great mix of businesses in Fremont East, where we're investing very little money from the city and the agency, and the private sector is investing a significant amount of money to get these properties up and running. 601 Fremont Street, we continue to work with Carlos Adley and Terry Caudle on a new plan, which would include a new restaurant and a new tavern or entertainment venue on the ground floor. And we anticipate bringing plans back to you in either October or November as they work to finalize those plans. Metroplex on Martin Luther King, just south of Alta. You can see a recent photo in August. That is going real well. We don't have any money invested in this project, but again, you can see the investment landscape changing, not only in the core of the downtown, but in some of the neighborhoods and commercial neighborhoods surrounding downtown. And we think this investment from the city and the county and the Metropolitan Police Department is going to be a great asset to attract additional investment into downtown. Ashley Furniture Store is finished their renovation. You can see the former Levitt's Again, this is another example of where we do not have any monies invested into the property, but we've really changed the investment landscape, and we're getting the private sector to invest their capital into improving facilities downtown and opening for business, as Ashley's has done. We're working with Mayor Goodman as well as our Betsy Fretwell, our city manager, to have visits to some of the top downtown stakeholders, both large businesses as well as smaller businesses, to identify their business needs. One thing you learn in a down economy is you make sure that you take care of your own and make sure that our existing businesses don't have any impediments to doing business. This doesn't necessarily mean throwing money at a problem, but really understanding the problem and figuring out how the city can partner to address long-term structural issues related to the business climate, the design review process, as we're doing under the leadership of Betsy and Jim Nichols, on really making our process more customer-friendly to get in and out of the building department, and because time is money to a business. So we're underway, and we have our first 3 visits scheduled for the end of this year. Finally, the fee waiver I mentioned for the Vanguard, they were the first business in the Fremont East where we have the Tavern Limited license. They're taking advantage of that fee waiver. 2 other businesses, Mamitas Restaurant, as well as the Beat Coffee House, are taking advantage of that fee waiver. And then in the Arts District, we have a different type of liquor license, an Urban Lounge, where we have 4 businesses, one at the Arts Factory, Artifice, Casa Don Juan, as well as the Lady Sylvia, which are in the process of getting licensed and getting permitted to do business. So this is really a creative approach where the city is waiving an upfront fee, but we in turn get not only the business, the spending in downtown, but the ongoing renewals of the liquor license. So we do get long-term fees, and this is really being flexible to try to create new business in the downtown area. That concludes my presentation, and I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have.
Very good. Are there any comments or questions of Mr. Aaron?
They're good.
All right, Councilor.
Bill, thanks for a nice presentation. Just a couple of observations. The Smith Center, I think, just recently announced officially their first booking of the play Wicked, as I call it, because my wife has seen Wicked and dragged me along a couple of times in San Francisco, and it's a great play, and it's just a great thing to start the Smith Center with, so that's really exciting. You said there's about 425 workers on site for the Smiths project. City Hall, you have any idea how many on-site workers there might be?
I don't have that exact number. I think it's a comparable number. The construction job is significantly smaller. So that 1,000 number that I mentioned for the Smith Center, we think it's approximately 700 for peak employment at City Hall, but I can provide that number if you
Okay, but if you combine the two, if you've got 400 some odd for the Smith Center and a like number, if you will, for City Hall, that's almost 1,000 people that we have working in the construction industry just in the downtown core area. And Brad, I think you reminded me just a couple hours ago about who said it's the economy, stupid. I think the new mantra now is it's all about jobs, because all of the experts on the economy are saying that that is probably the most critical thing for bringing us out of the recession. It's jobs. And the city of Las Vegas, at least in the downtown area at the very least, is providing hundreds and hundreds of jobs. So it's just great news.
And it's, I would add, Councilman, it's not just the construction jobs, but all those private investments that you saw, those are permanent jobs. And it's a variety of different businesses, and those are permanent jobs that are going to be there, new jobs that weren't there before.
Thank you. Any other comments or questions? I'd just like to say this. There's been a recent flurry of activity which you could look at it one way as saying it's lemons. You could look at it another way and you could say it's going to be lemonade. I, in particular, am thinking about the recent announcement about the Union Plaza or the Plaza, where some 400 employees are going to be terminated. Hopefully they'll be picked up when the plaza reopens. But I speak to the various owners and representatives of these projects, and they assure me that at the end of the day, the city will be better off as a result of the improvements which will be taking place. And unfortunately, there are casualties along the way, but I spoke to other owners who indicate that they'll be hiring several of the laid-off employees from the plaza for their locations because they're expanding at this point in time. So there's good and bad in everything, and we had a story concerning the World Market Center, and yesterday people were becoming panicked because the news story was that the buildings are in foreclosure, and I've been assured by their council and by their general manager that that is not the case. Unfortunately, in this business climate, there have to be adjustments, and people have to roll with the punches. And I just have an admonition for everybody. Don't get down, because as Paul Harvey said, there's going to be the rest of the story. So I assure you that there's not a time for panic, and I think proof is in the pudding. Just when you have the Vanguard gentleman come here, Mr. Wheatley, today, ready to put money into a project, over $100,000, $200,000, he knows what's happening down there, and so do the other 3 businesses that are opening up there. And Terry Caudle knows what's happening, and he's renovating his place. The Golden Nugget, they knew what was happening. They put $500 million into their property. So this is not the time for panic. This is the time for prudence. And I've learned to live with the negativity because I really believe that at the end of the day, that negativity is going to turn into something very, very positive. All right, may I have a motion, please?
He has made it, Your Honor.
All right, let's vote, please. Post. Motion carries. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Aaron. Okay, number 7 is citizens' participation. Public comment during this portion of the agenda must be limited to matters within the jurisdiction of the Redevelopment Agency. No subject may be acted upon by the Redevelopment Agency unless that subject is on the agenda and is scheduled for action. If you wish to be heard, please come up to the podium, give us your name, and we'll put the 3-minute timer on because we have a very busy morning ahead of us.
My name is Anthony Hodge. I live 123 Sir David. Mr. Mayor, I'm kind of glad you're back. I've been coming here for years, and if I can make another birthday and see next year, I think I would be coming to City Hall for 20 years. And under Jan had 8 years, and you had 12, so that makes a total of 20. The objective is, I first entered City Hall in 1991. But the word you just got to use a few minutes ago, that phrase, when the government made it official last year, the end of the day, I made that statement right here over 3 years ago, and the government made it official last year. And I also did something else. When the sheriff was sworn in 4 years ago, I used the word suicide by cop. For what I'm trying to say, I've made a lot of statements, Dick. Then I said women and little girls were sleeping giants of the world. What I'm trying to say, I've said a lot of things that is being known around the world. But I told my wife when I died, I was going to have my ashes put out in the ocean, but I got to have a headstone, and on that headstone, I really want the end of the day to be put there, because they're using that word, that sentence, everywhere now, all over. So that's beautiful. I've done a lot of things in my life, but I want to have credit for something I can have, take with me. I got so much that I can write 10 books. That's not the problem. I want to give you a recommendation of that Brain Institute and the Performing Art. You created work, so jobs are closing down. Nevada was the most growing state in the union for quite a few years, and it went straight from the top straight to the bottom. Well, listen to me. The bottom ain't a bad place to be because you can only go up from there. Okay? You're on your way back. Another thing, I got to jump on you. That bridge between the Lady Luck, or whatever they call it, and the old post office is going to be the museum, whatever. I'm trying to move as fast as I can. But what I'm really trying to say, Oscar, building that bridge, I mean, you had a little trouble. Putting that thing across there, and if it's all pretty and everybody can see through it, it's not going to be a distraction. It's going to be an addition. Because, see, people will be coming down Main Street and look down and see that thing up in the air. They can't see the Lady Luck or the post office because they're on the side of the road. So if you look straight down, all you can see, you know, putting that thing across there, and then people come out, Las Vegas will come down Stewart or 4th Street, whatever, they can see that cross there, and that thing will draw people out of curiosity. So don't be, sometimes I know well, I don't, you know, give me a break. So it's two sides to everything, okay? It has a bad side, it's got a good side, but the upside is far better. It can be an additional attraction to draw people downtown. Hello? People come out the freeway, you can see that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's a drawing card. You want somebody to see the Mall Museum? Put that over Crest, whatever, all right?
Okay.
And I know you just came back from good old San Diego. And one other thing I got to say to you, years, when you invite me to come to various places that you have your big the dues, and they look on the list and my name is on it, and the staff get all upset and they say, well, Mr. I know the mayor wants you to come, but your name is on the thing. So someone say, well, here we got to let you in. That's not the point. Oscar, don't invite me no place no more ever if you ain't going to have my name on the list. I ain't that great. Nobody is. Thanks a lot. I appreciate that.
That's
But
right.
do the right thing.
Thank you.
Put my name on the list.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Right. Anybody else want to be heard? I'll put you on the list. Okay, we'll go on to item number 8, which is the agency member recognition. Would any members of the agency wish to be heard at this time? Councilor Ross?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to thank, I made a commitment to the active adults out at Centennial Hills this past week. I had the opportunity to learn the great skill of calling numbers for bingo, and I want to express my appreciation to them for being patient with me, and want them to continue to stay active. I also want to express my appreciation to Cash America. They provided some very nice grand prizes for the games, and it really helped out a lot of those seniors, so I just want to say thank you.
Councilman Ross, I see Councilman McDonald back there. He could teach you how to call a bingo game, that's for sure. All right. Anybody else?
Yes, Mayor.
Yes, Councilman Barlow.
Yes, Mayor. I just want to inform the listening audience that the mayor will be hosting coffee at Patricia's Soul Cafe on Washington and Martin Luther King on this Friday, starting at 9 a.m.?
8:30, I think.
8:30? 8:30. And I will be there to join him. And so we invite the entire community to come out and join Coffee with the Mayor in Ward 5. And also on Saturday, starting at 11 a.m., back at Washington and Martin Luther King, the Martin Luther King rededication will take place. The ceremony will be from 11 to noon, and from noon to 4, there will be street carnivals and festivals for the entire family as we rededicate the most beautiful Martin Luther King in the nation. And so for that, we invite the entire community to come out and enjoy a day full of fun and activities for the entire family. Thank you.
Right. Councilman Barlow, on Friday, they have the best grits in the world over there, too.
We'll be there to enjoy those grits, Mayor.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor, I just wanted to say that I've heard from everybody that Martin Luther King dedication is going to be a rockin' good party lasting for many hours. So just wanted to add that.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, then we'll adjourn the redevelopment agency meeting.